Meet Ayo Daramola, a visionary social reformer passionate about global governance, socio-political matters, and the power of public relations. Ayo is the founder of DOA and Associates, a strategic communication agency dedicated to shaping the future of young creative leaders. From acting to photography, cooking to dancing, Ayo's platform offers a stage for talent to shine. With over 6 years of professional expertise in media relations, content creation, and reputation management, Ayo is a consultant who builds bridges, connecting ideas with action and dreams with reality. A graduate in history and international studies and a certified public speaker, Ayo's passion for social change is undeniable. Whether in the boardroom or the classroom, he is driven to create a more thoughtful, just, and engaged society for all. Join Ayo on a journey of transformation where creativity meets purpose and passion drives reform.
My name is Ayo Daramola, and I am the founder of DOA and Associates Talent Management Group. I'm here to talk about why the need for a business like a talent management entrepreneurship, and I'm here to also talk about the business of talent management. A few years ago, like that was in 2022, I stumbled on people like I saw people and I met people, young people, especially in the Gen Z, they're called the Gen Z generation. And I discovered that I had many of them as my friends. So, and I saw how creative, and intuitive they are. So at that point, I decided that, okay, these people needed some sort of prepping, concerning their spontaneity and concerning their intuition. So I decided to be or serve like a preparatory ground and an elevatory ground for them. So apparently, there's actually no easy business to do, but in this business, the challenges I have faced so far since I started looking out for young talent, right, is having to convince them about how to go about their business, like from a daily basis, on a daily basis, how to go about it on a daily basis. Okay, good. Okay, like having to let them know what are the best practices and how they can imbibe the best practices in their niches, in their various niches. And then number two is having to get them to show some kind of consistency, because in the world of creating a niche for yourself, there's a need for you to show consistency. There's a need for you to show custodianship in an ownership of your niche. So in this process, you want to do some kind of research, you want to be consistent about it, and then you want to deliver at a reasonable level so you can actually push your way through to the top. So that's been the challenge, but so far so good. It's been something that I've persevered about, and I still keep doing what I'm doing. One of my success story is apparently there was a particular day I actually I walked into Television Continental, one of the big TV houses in Nigeria, and I took one of my music artists for a live interview there. And the success story is to look at the faces of the presenters, and they looked at me and they were like, wow, you must be a really young and confident man for you to think that you can manage this type of people, right? That was actually my success story, because of course I look small, probably like somebody that would not be able to do something like that. But going into the venture of human resources in the space of talent management, it's something that is tedious. It's scattering, and sometimes your mental health could even be at stake because you're trying to manage people. But being commended by people who are who have gone through their years of interviewing top talents in the world, top talent in Nigeria, it's a good one for me, and it keeps pushing me on and on in this niche. Nothing is perfect, yeah. And my business, we're going into this business, it has not been all rosy and all interesting, yeah. Although some of the challenges I've had is having to fund it. Yeah, having to fund it is one a challenge I've had, in the sense that there are a lot of what I would call investment that should go into branding, that should be done. Of course, the value is there, the value proposition is there. I have talent who have the capacity to meet a value need, at any time. Now, the idea is putting in funds to actually, they call it packaging, nowadays, to package ourselves, to brand in ourselves. Maybe this is a bit of a challenge, yeah. But I believe that as time goes on, I'm able to, these challenges will become to become less and less and less and lesser, So that is what I'm looking forward to. Another thing is, if I'm looking at a situation where I could be larger, have more people, right, and more people more talents key into the idea of making sure that they are useful in the society and make impacts. Now, the idea of the one of the challenges I've faced is that the idea of talking to people who do not consider humanity, right? So whatever talent you have, whatever skill you have, the most important thing is how to use it to make impact. So I like to drive that to my talents that come. You have this talent because nature gave it to you, and you must be able to give back to the society in the most positive and interesting way. So these are some of the things that that keeps me going in the niche.
Ayodele is the founder and the CEO of DOA and Associate. Why the name?
Well, DOA and Associate, that's my name.
Okay.
Daramola Olanrewaju Ayodele and Associates Talent Management Group.
Okay. As a brand, how would you, how would you drive it?
Okay. Yeah, so because I am a custodian of creativity.
Okay.
Yeah, because I embody creativity, and I enjoy the idea as a person. I enjoy to spot, talent and all that. So I believe that my name should also carries my identity.
I see.
Yeah, so that's why.
I see. Fantastic. It's actually quite unique and
thank you.
And different. All right. So this is a different kind of business. This is more service-based kind of business, and in your case, it's also more like consulting, because talent management. So meaning that you aggregate different talent, of course, and you kind of like contract them out.
Yeah, of course.
For work.
Yeah.
But while you also manage the delivery of that work.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
To ensure that the quality that you promise, and the customer service that you promise under the DOA and Associate, is ensured.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. So in a business like this, what is the cash flow like?
Okay, so basically, I have invested, yeah.
Okay.
So what I do is I've not been able to put money at the front burner, but then I've put money at the back burner.
Okay.
So in the sense that I have put in my cash to make things like accessibility possible, for these people to be able to take their work to the client.
Okay.
Now, the cash idea is based on the client. Now, whatever is based on the aggregator, which is the talent.
Okay.
Now, whatever you want to deliver, whatever your quotation is, you present it to the client through DOA management, in the sense that We know what is best practice in your niche,
Okay.
best practice financially in your niche, and we are
Okay.
able to help you propose this to the client.
Okay.
Now, if you have a
So you
commission,
do the negotiation, right?
yes, absolutely,
Okay, and you do
absolutely,
you close the deal
yes, we
in a
do,
sense,
yes, we do.
and you receive the payment.
Well, yes, we receive the payment on behalf of the client. Like for instance,
Okay, you
now
receive payment and disburse to
to
the
the
executor.
executor, yes.
So, but in that case, do you factor in your own direct cost?
Yeah, for now, as a startup, I don't know. I'm going to say this, it might be too liberal, but I have not been, as a startup I have not been factoring my own cost into it. So what I do is I give the whole proceeds to the executor.
Okay.
Now, what I have as a regenerating source back to the organization is they are mandated, like the talent are mandated to pay a dues every month.
Okay, they are on subscription based.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's a different type of business model.
Yeah.
So the talent are on subscription with you, so which allows them to earn 100% of their fee.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's a different type of business model in the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
So now, then I guess I have to rephrase my question. So, which my question now will be that their membership fee, in a sense, is it enough to cover your own direct cost and also allow for a margin at the end of the month?
Okay, so basically it's enough to whatever they bring in per month.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to run our cost. Okay, so what are the cost implications for this? What we do is, for now, I'm not taking any salary from the business, but eventually when there's marginal growth on the from the executors, they are going to the dues will be affected, in the sense that when
Commission
somebody, yes, the
model
commission,
will
yeah,
not be
will be,
implemented.
yes. So when I see that there's a significant change of increase in the
Their income.
executors' work, yes, in their own income, now we introduce what we call the commission based. So because of the big dues, they'll pay more, into the organization
So
at
would
the
they
end
still
of
be
it.
paying the membership fee?
No, they're not. The membership
So
fee is just once. The membership
It's
fee,
once.
yeah, it's once.
Joining fee.
Yes, it's joining
So
fee
it's
is
not
once.
even monthly
No, it's not. It's not
recurring fee.
at all.
Just join it.
Yes, joining fee. Yeah,
That's quite interesting.
yeah,
It's a different kind of model, and
Yeah.
I guess cash flow in that sense will be a bit tight
yeah,
because, and I also see maybe now, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're doing that to be able to get traction, and maybe also test your model to see what works, what doesn't work, and then eventually you now decide on what is best.
yeah. I like you took that away from my mouth, actually. Of course, to eventually test it and see what eventually works. But I also see it as a way of, for a start, to give back, liberally to my community,
Are
because
you registered as an NGO,
absolutely we're registered as a business.
not an NGO?
No. No, give back, like me, like I mean, as a personal.
Oh, as a person.
Yeah, personal, like objective.
So
like,
do you have other work?
of course, I do. I'm a graphic designer by person. So I have I'm a freelance graphic designer. I'm a freelance writer.
So you have
So-
your work, so you just interesting.
Yes,
I mean, this is an agency model. If I'm allowed.
you're correct. It's an agency.
But what is the market like in Nigeria? Because I mean, just last week we were talking about the BPO industry, business process outsourcing. Yeah, right? Is that what it's called? So we're talking about that, and we're talking about the fact that the opportunity is massive locally in sub-Saharan Africa, but it seems like the industry is struggling to pick up. And what could be the problem? Is it the model or the fact that the dynamics locally is different?
Basically, when you look at, I think human resources must actually catch up with what the market is talking about. It means
Okay.
people must begin to put more seriousness into earning and working deliberately to earn.
I see.
Because many people are what we are having is we have a generation of people that are just spontaneous but do not understand best practices.
Some will say spontaneity is creativity.
It is, but spontaneity that is not in line of best practices eventually crumbles because you eventually go back
It's not
and
sustainable.
start again. Yeah, it's not sustainable. Thank you for the word. It's not sustainable. Now you can be everywhere and be nowhere. That is the dangers of spontaneity. But now we in with on DOA we acknowledge spontaneity, but we check it. Like in government, the federal government can do whatever they want, cannot do whatever they want to do, even if they think it. Right? They have the House of Senate to check
That's true.
that. So that is what DOA is doing. Now we have several people who are spontaneous, but then we check your
So there
spontaneity.
is some sort of a quality control
Thank you.
process
Absolutely.
put in place
Absolutely.
to
So
ensure that there's consistency
yes,
in both your service delivery
yes,
and the quality
and
of
the quality of the work.
service.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is a dearth of there's a dearth like you said there's a dearth of people who acknowledge that they need to work enough and produce quality to make the ends meet and honest market.
Okay, now let's not talk money again. What are your direct costs?
Do I have my direct cost? Well, I would look at it from the point of the fact that okay, I have to do meetings. Maybe I invest in
So your direct cost
data
is your
bundle.
man hour.
Yeah. Okay, you
And
mean
of
my
course-
my man time?
I mean, so it has to be part of your direct cost
Yeah.
because you spend productive hours
On it.
working on it,
Oh yeah.
either managing
Yeah.
service delivery
Yeah.
or managing administration, correct?
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes even strategizing.
Yeah.
And of
So-
course, like I said, also conducting meetings.
Yeah. So direct costing for me as the meetings, the data that I get to buy for these people, the time I spend
You buy
in
data for them.
yes, the time I spend in
Ah.
consulting.
Is that necessary for you to buy data?
Yeah,
for
I
them?
do that. Like I said, I have talent who are raw. They do not understand what it is.
Is
So
that
I teach it.
contractual
Yeah.
or is it just
No,
out
it's
of
a
your
personal.
goodwill?
It's part out of my goodwill.
So you can't count it as business cost,
Okay.
correct?
Yeah, I can't. It's a personal
Because it's
thing
not
that I
even
do.
contractual.
Yeah, it's not.
So let's remove that as your
Okay,
direct
okay,
cost.
I'll take it out. Okay, but the time I spend enough time, not just strategizing, but I also spend enough time consulting and tutoring them.
Negotiating,
No, negotiating, tutoring them. Okay,
Interesting.
for instance, this morning I was talking to one of them, and she was like, "Oh, I want to to create my I make hair too, but I want to." I was like, "No, you can't put it on your page where you model. You need to create a new business page for that."
The hair. So you
I
model,
spend
you
time-
can.
I spend time also educating them on what are the best ways to
Is that
approach.
contractual?
Of course.
It's contractual that you will mentor them.
Yes.
So
that is
the
contractual.
cost has to be assigned to it as well.
Yeah.
Because at some point you won't have to do it directly. You have to hire somebody
To do it.
to do it. So that's a direct cost.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're identifying where your direct costs
Of
are.
course, I agree.
So,
I agree.
I mean, it is just very important for you to identify where your direct costs are because there is tendency for one to think that there's really no direct cost. In your case,
Yeah.
this kind of business,
Yeah.
but there are direct costs.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or
Or
yes.
not? Yeah, yes.
You're a professional as
Yeah.
well. If you spend 2 hours having meetings, on behalf of DOA and associate, that 2 hour that is what we call opportunity cost. You could have probably used that to produce graphics work that will fetch you maybe $100 right thereabout. In that case, but that bulk of time, the opportunity cost is $100, which means that the cost to the business is $100. It didn't come directly from the pocket of the business, but it came from your own opportunity cost as somebody working in the business. So eventually the business will owe you and you have to pay back. So or maybe the business will have that as part of your own remuneration at the end of the month, which of course will cover for that cost. So I think maybe the key takeaway here would be that you sit down and identify what your direct costs are. Clearly, it do require a lot of thinking and careful evaluation of your processes. So, but I do think it is important.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Any other thing you want to ask me?
Well, not really, but if I may ask, are you going to be making contributions for me too?
I think off camera we will talk about
Talk about it. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.